Welcome back to Fourth Quarter Sports. I'm Everett, and this is Aran.
Today we'll be giving you all the news from the NBA Conference Finals. We'll talk about what the Milwaukee Bucks need to do to get back on track in their series. We'll also talk about what the Golden State Warriors should do in regards of Kevin Durant. What are your thoughts on this, Everett?
Well, I think that Kevin Durant can find a place that suits him better than Golden State because I feel like nobody likes him when he's in Golden State, except for the Warriors fans. People think that he betrayed basically the NBA in going to the best team in the league and then just basically going ring chasing. And so I think he should go somewhere that the fans will support him more for not going just to the best team in the league. One great place that I think he would fit very well in is the Clippers. So I think that if he goes to the Clippers, then he would be a great fit there with Lou Williams. But the only problem I think would be with Patrick Beverley and what they had in the first round of the playoffs. But other than that, I think he should go there.
Well, I mean, what he did to Russell Westbrook, a lot of fans will never forget. I mean, when you're the best player in the NBA, as he was at that point, in my opinion, you have to stay where you are. You can't make a choice to just go to the team that beat you like they did, particularly in Game 6 when he had such a big chance. And they were a half away of good basketball, and they let it slip away from them. But he's one of the best players in the world, and NBA basketball is grinding for a ring, and that's not what he did. He went the easy way out, but I think he can repair that in a lot of ways if he leaves Golden State, because right now, he said it himself in an interview, it's the Warriors and then KD. And a lot of people are talking about how maybe the Warriors are better off without him. We'll switch.
Yeah, and so I have a scenario for you. Say it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and Golden State has came back from a 3-2 deficit, and Kevin Durant is finally ready to play. Do you think the Warriors should put him in the starting lineup?
Of course. I mean, he's one of the top 3 players in the world, and who can guard Kevin Durant?
But on the other side, I think you could also just stick with what's working. If you're come back from a 3-2, right, in a must-win game, you win. So I think that I don't know if they should start him. He should play because that's who you want taking the last shot. If you're the Warriors, you want the best player in the world taking your last shot. But I think I don't know if you should play him all that much either, because he just came off an injury. He's going to be a little rusty. He's bound to happen. So I think that play him, but I don't know if you should start him.
I don't think he's going to be rusty because he's such a great player. And when you're that good, it's just also mental preparedness. And when you're able to score the way that he can, you have to be ready to play at all times, and I think he's going to be. And you have to start him. You have to, because he's going to give you quality minutes. He's going to get you a bucket when you need a bucket. So that's who you got to start. Who are you going to start other than KD? And what's working now wasn't working early in the Houston series and in the Clippers series. So
yeah, I agree. And now, but if that does happen, who do you think the Warriors will be facing in this year's finals?
I got to go with Toronto. I mean, at this point, I think Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the postseason. I mean, what he did to Philadelphia and what he did to Orlando in the series before, and now he's doing this. And I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo is an amazing player, but he hasn't stepped up. He hasn't. He's young, but he hasn't been the star player that Kawhi has been this year. And I just don't see how the Raptors can lose now that guys like Fred VanVleet and Marc Gasol are getting going. Even when Siakam's not playing to his full extent, they can still win easily.
I agree, but I think the one way that Toronto will lose the series is if Drake goes to the game and wears Raptors jerseys.
You can't beat the Drake curse. But,
No.
I mean, Milwaukee has to have someone step up. And I'm looking at Chris Middleton. He's got to become a big part for them. He had 6 points in Game 5, and that's just not enough.
Yeah, I think Chris Middleton definitely needs to step up, but I think that one player that definitely can step up, has the ability to, and people might not be expecting to, is Eric Bledsoe. I feel like he has enough potential to be that guy that most people don't see coming. Because Toronto, they're putting 2 to 3 people on Giannis, and it's working, but that's 2 to 3 people that's on one player, right? And you have to have one of your best defenders, probably Kawhi Leonard, has to be guarding Chris Middleton, and that leaves it basically wide open for Eric Bledsoe, which gives him a lot of, because he's a great player, so it gives him a lot of space to be great.
Well, Giannis has got to make better choices, better decisions, and he's letting it get to him. He's letting Drake and others get to him. But if we get to the finals and the Bucks manage to fight through and get to the finals, then who's going to be there for Milwaukee? Is it going to be Giannis, who's had an MVP type of season? Or who is it going to be? I mean, Middleton had 6 points in their last game. Bledsoe had 20. But
now, going back to the Raptors, do you think Kawhi will stay with Toronto this offseason?
I think he will. He's had a lot of things go right for him. And when your team can place second in the conference when you rest for 20 games, that's special. So I don't think he has anything to not like there. And, I mean, look at what he's done. The crowd has embraced him even after they gave up their beloved DeMar DeRozan. And he's done a lot. And, I mean, that one heck of a shot that bounced, 5 times?
4 times.
4 times. I mean, that was a loud arena right there.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park loves him, so I don't see what he has to lose there, and I don't see why he would go to any other team.
Yeah, so now, sticking with the free agency, where do you think some of the biggest stars are going to end up, such as Kyrie Irving?
I mean, so there was something on ESPN about LeBron James liking a picture of Kyrie in the Lakers uniform. And I'd like to see that. I'd like to see LeBron and Kyrie in LA. But I think LA is going to land somebody just because it's LA. It's the Lakers. They're one of the richest organizations in NBA history. So it's just got to be for them. And, I mean, Jimmy Butler's going to have a lot of value this offseason. So people are going to be looking for him because of how he stepped up in that series for Philly, even though they couldn't pull it out in Game 7.
And I think no matter what, LA is going to get their superstar, whether it be Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving or even Kawhi Leonard. I think they can definitely make it to either the Lakers or the Clippers.
I mean, we have a lot to see coming in the remainder of the Eastern Conference Finals, and we'll see. I mean, the finals are going to be pretty special, so we'll see.
So that'll wrap it up for this episode of Fourth Quarter Sports. And just a reminder, I'm Everett, and this is Aran.
We'll see you next time. Thanks.